being deliberate about adding increase to our conversation versus adding decrease? Are we depositing into people? Are we leaving people feeling advanced in our presence? Or are we leaving people feeling depleted? This is a serious question. How are we feeling today? Let's get refined AF, y'all. Let's do it. Are we engaging in conversations with intentionality? Are we being deliberate about adding increase to our conversation versus adding decrease? Are we depositing into people? Are we leaving people feeling advanced in our presence? Or are we leaving people feeling depleted? This is a serious question. I asked you when we were talking about intentional connections, do you have people in your stratosphere that are depleting you and taking from you, even though they're not trying to, but in subtle ways that they're probably not even conscious of, they're taking and they're not depositing? So now the question comes back to you, boo. Are you doing the same thing? And if so, it's time to check it. It's time to snatch it right up, because we are not trying to be the one that depletes somebody. We are not trying to be the one that takes away from the people who are coming into our presence. So my refined question for you is, have you added decrease to a conversation in the last 48 hours? And if you did, that's okay, because you know what? To be honest, I have too. There's a lot going on in the world, all right? So you get caught up in the news, you get caught up in these political conversations, you get caught up in these racial conversations. It's charged, and there's a lot of anger, and there's just a lot of energy and emotion that is circulating in our world right now. So I totally get it, but that's why I make these videos. It's for you, but it's legit for me too. Like, I have to remind myself to not add decrease to conversations. So I'm inviting you to a challenge. You ready? Let's do it. For the next 24 hours, I'm gonna do this with you. We're here. I want us to focus on only adding increase and advancing energy to every single one of our conversations. So that means awareness has to be heightened to an all new level. You can't get caught up in the flow of the conversation unconsciously if you see it going in a negative direction. Or if you know you're entering into a conversation with just negative, low vibrational emotion, that's an indication that you need to pause and not have that conversation when you're in that negative emotional space. Instead, come to that conversation when you've been able to work through what you got going on, and then come to it adding increase. Adding feelings of life. Like I said in my previous video, we are either giving life or death to situations. There is no gray area here. This is a black or white thing. We are either choosing life or we are choosing death. We are either enlivening people or we are deteriorating people. And that includes us. We are either bringing life to ourselves or bringing death to ourselves. So which one do you want to be? Do you want to be an enlivening spirit that when people come into your presence, they just feel a charge? They feel life in a new way. They feel a surge of energy that they can't even explain, and they may not attribute it to you. But guess what? It was you, boo. You did that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's bring light not only to ourselves, but to the people that encounter us. That can be the random person at Walgreens. That could be the random person that you drive by in the car and they may have cut you off, but you're not going to be like the other people that will cuss them out or give them the finger or honk all loud unnecessarily. You're just going to give them a smile and give them some grace. That's what we're going to do. Are you up for this refined challenge? I know you are. Let's get into it. Let's do it.